Grumble, grumble.
Hey everyone, Grumpy Meeple here again. More Brimstone stuff. There's going to be... My goal now is to become the definitive source for Brimstone related content on YouTube. I'll probably never be able to match the depth of content that the Dungeon Dive has put out there, but I will beat it on breadth and also on continuing to cover this game, into the future, which he mostly doesn't do anymore. So let's do this. This time we are taking a look at the Draugar. Oh, excuse me. The Draugar from the Brimstone Adventures Kickstarter campaign. I'm going to grab their kind of booklet. And then we'll take a look at that. So with all of the stretch goal stuff, the characters models don't come with their own kind of flyer like they do in the retail packages. It all comes packaged within this Warlord Pledge Rules collection. So let's take a look at the Draugar Undead Vikings. Found in the frozen wastes of the Northlands, the Draugar are fallen Vikings corrupted by the darkness. These gruesome undead warriors rise back up from their rocky graves and snow-covered battlefields to hunt down and drain the essence of the living. Still carrying their rusty weapons and broken shields and adorned in tattered armor and rotting clothes, the Draugar are mere husks of their former selves. It is said that they feed on the darkness within, the evil that corrupts the hearts of mortal men, leeching the vitality and essence from all living things that lie in their path. Plants wilt and shrivel to a rotted brown as they pass by, while even the air around them grows icy cold and carries the stench of eternal despair. Awesome. So, not much else going on here, and we'll get into their special abilities when we look at their character card. So the set comes with a couple spawn cards. You got 2 low, 2 medium, and 2 high. So at the low, you're just getting Peril die Draugar. You're getting 6 at the medium, and at the high, they are starting with a special note, Restless for Battle. They have double their base health. Their base health is 2, so they have 4 health. Okay. Here are the models, which are actually, I think they're actually really cool. I really like these models. They came out really well in my kind of lazy painting system. Of course, I had some problems with pieces falling off and such, and so I tried to kind of be fun about it. And so when I had trouble getting this guy's hand to stay on, I just glued it to the base as though it had just gotten chopped off and fallen at his feet. Which I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. Now this guy, this guy just straight up dropped outside and lost his arms, but it broke so perfectly that I'm like, okay, so this one he just doesn't have arms. Part of the fun of the Shadows of Brimstone line is making the miniatures your own. And then we've got our sword wielder with his shield out ready to go. And then the rest are just variants on the same. One of them, I got his sword kind of held up over his head. Okay. In terms of the large enemy record card, they are Undead, Vikings, and Soulless. Size, medium. Their initiative's 2, so they're super slow. They don't have any ranged attacks. They hit on 4+ with melee, 2 combat, 4 damage. That's a lot of damage. They've got a defense of 4 and health of 2, and they're worth 20 XP. They can only move 3 spaces per turn, and they have an escape of 4+. So they're easy to escape from and super slow, both in their initiative and in their movement. So you may be able to use that to your advantage. Abilities, Fear 2. A hero starting its activation adjacent takes 2 horror hits. Shields of the Dead. Draugar always count as having a cover 4+ save. Essence Leech. I think they misspelled the word leech there. That's okay. Heroes adjacent to 1 or more Draugar may not gain or recover ability tokens or grit. Huh. Well, that's interesting. And Feeds on Darkness. Draugar melee to hit rolls of 6+ do X damage, where X is equal to the number of corruption and mutation the target currently has. Then if we look at their elite chart, Corrupting Aura. Any hero ending their move adjacent to 1 or more Draugar takes 1 corruption hit. Undead Raiders. Any hero that takes 1 or more wounds from Draugar combat hits during the turn must also discard a side bag token or Darkstone, or both if 5 or more wounds were taken. Ooh, that's nasty. Risen from the Underworld gives them +2 health. Rusty Blades gives them +1 combat and +1 damage, so 3 combat and 5 damage. Yikes. Ghost Longships, +1 initiative, always enters play in ambush and gains +2 combat during the first turn of a fight. And then Grave Rage. At the end of each turn, if there are any Draugar on the board, add 1 additional Draugar to the fight on a d6 roll of 3+ adjacent to a random hero. Yowza. Here's their brutal side. They're doing more combat, more damage. They have more health. Looks like everything else pretty much functions the same. Cool. Well, this is a pretty cool little enemy type. I always like more undead. I think the fact that they're really slow is interesting. And I'm just starting to glom onto the fact that these guys who have little movement are kind of can be more vulnerable to your ranged characters, and so there are ways that's kind of set them up and knock them down from a range, and so that would be fun to kind of play around with. So yeah, that's all I had on the Draugar Undead Viking enemy set for Shadows of Brimstone. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later.